So this is a good question because it's actually I've been able to have these conversations with a few of my clients because we've spent quite a considerable amount building trust and building rapport, that I feel quite confident in sharing what they've shared with me, which is essentially they find COPE quite unique in the way that it's really given them a voice. There's a lot of situations where they maybe didn't have that in certain circumstances or within their personal relationships, and COPE was able to provide this space that was ultimately all for them. So really meeting them where they are, building that rapport, and it's a very individualized approach. So we work from a very person-centered orientation, and I think that has done wonders, because I've had a few clients kind of share over time that they really just feel listened to. They really were matched quite well with different psychosocial supports, so they may have one or a few, and there's a team working around them, and it's just building that confidence and that, the support's up for them, but they found the time and effort that comes from COPE hasn't maybe necessarily come from other places before, and they feel that I've had two clients in particular who have shared that they just felt like they are listened to, and they now ask a lot about the team and that as well. They ask after people as a whole, which is really quite beautiful because it's like a community. Yeah.
I think having worked with a lot of different organisations over the years in this line of work, I've definitely noticed that COPE is different in that there's a big emphasis on PD, so on personal and professional development, for all us outreach workers, in a way that I've just not seen before, and I really value. And so we're a psychodynamic organisation, and so a lot of our training is about really teaching us outreach workers more about what that actually means, because it's a wellspring. There's so much to learn about psychodynamic theory, about human personality, and it's super applicable and beneficial in this line of work. Another thing that I've noticed as well is that COPE really does emphasise the importance of being in contact with all of the stakeholders that are around a participant. So there's a lot of our work that's spent talking to psychologists, to social workers, to different kinds of services that are all supporting the participant that we also support. So there's a conversation that creates some consistency across all platforms and all people that are supporting that person, and I think that that's really important, because at the end of the day it takes a village to raise a child, as they say, and I think it's the same for us as adults. It takes a village and a community to build us up, and it's, I think, important to start those open conversations